under reform. Growth remains strong. Inflation is subdued. And the external position has been strong. We still have issues trying to enhance competitiveness, particularly of the economy, issues around removing the structural impediments that will inject the growth of the economy, which will be driven by the private sector. But we're on the move. When we held AGOA, Hillary Clinton said Zambia is a model of Africa on the move. And indeed, Zambia is no longer part of the gallery. We have moved ourselves to the podium. We are at the high table of performance. We are even exporting expertise, particularly in the region. Just now, Uganda is modeling their reform process on the basis of what Zambia has done. In fact, elsewhere they're saying Zambia is it. Now, how have we got there? We have had 4 key drivers. The first key driver is the reform. The reform, breaking down bureaucracy, cutting down on the red tape, putting a policy and legal framework that is friendly to investment. In consequence, we were voted amongst the top 10 reformers. We are the first globally in terms of starting business, reducing it from 10 days to 1 day, creating over 35,000 businesses from 2005, which represents 40% of what we have done since independence. We also eliminated 107 licenses, eliminating and reducing the compliance cost on an annual basis by $40 million. We also reformed the ICT sector, hitting down the cost of communication by almost 70%. In the last 1 year, increasing the number of subscribers by almost 2 million. These are practical things that we have done in the reform sector. Putting in a one-stop border at Chirundu, reducing the time it takes to cross at Chirundu from 1 week to under a day. These are critically important. Number 2 driver is export diversification and value addition. What we have done is that we have said, yes, copper will grow, but the volume of our export in total in the last 5 years, they have moved from just under 1 billion to last year over 7.2 billion. Phenomenal. But what is much more phenomenal is that the non-traditional exports have remained strong, averaging over 1 billion, last year in excess of 2 billion. We think this is critically important. Our surplus, trade surpluses, last year 600 million, critically important. Third driver, which is key, investment. Investment bringing in the total of 10 billion over the last 5 years, critically important to create the jobs that you want, to create the revenue. And the representation of this is in the levels of taxes that the business have been paying. In the last 10 years, moving from 52 billion to last year 1.6 trillion. So we're creating the capacity for investment. But simpler still, last year alone, we imported over 10,000 counters, creating those jobs that are critically important. Second, that is the third driver. Final driver is on the empowerment. On the empowerment, creating the CEC, 400 projects, over 200 billion dispersed. All we are saying is that everybody else is saying we are on the platform. Everybody else is saying Zambia wow. That is the reason we're exporting. The challenge we've got to go forward is to try and address the mentality shift, the mindset of our people to be able to do more, to produce a bit more. We have set a strong platform going forward, but we need to do that. We need to continue with the reform agenda. It's critically important. We need to ensure that we enhance the convergence of infrastructure, human resource capacity, and also the convergence of the reforms so that we together move this country and continue to be on the podium of reformers. And we have demonstrated that in the last 5 years, there is practical evidence. It's not about political debate. It's about delivering on the ground. It's about what people are able to see and feel. The challenge still remains, but the evidence is there that we have delivered. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And we will now